Welcome back to Wrestling Reviews, and as always, I'm your host, Big Mike. This is episode 54. Yeah, this is my second one of the day, but you know what? I was sitting around thinking, and a few thoughts have been going through my mind about certain things in the wrestling world today. And the first one I was thinking about was, when is Awesome Kong going to make her appearance? I know you're going to say, well, some people may or may not know, and they will say, well, she made her appearance in Florida. Well, she didn't really make her appearance in Florida for FCW. They played a vignette, and they focused on her eyes. So, but anyways, she hasn't even wrestled there yet. She hasn't wrestled since just before the new year. So I'm thinking they're going to have to throw her in the mix down there in the developmental, just so she can get some of the rust off. And I just want to know, when is she going to debut? Like, it's not like she needs to be in developmental to get a persona or learn how to talk on the mic or even learn how to wrestle, for that matter. So why can't they call her up? They should be calling her up to the big leagues there and putting her on RRR or SmackDown. And, she definitely deserves to be called up sometime soon. You know, I like to see what they're going to do with her. Are they still going to call her Awesome Kong? Maybe not, because that was TNA's thing. I think they call her Amazing Kong, because that's what she was known as in Shimmer when she wrestles elsewhere. Are they going to have a whole new package for her? She's not going to be wearing that big leather dress. Or being a total monster. I'm sure she'll be a monster just because of her stature. You know, and if they're focusing on her eyes, I wonder if they're just going to go somewhere totally different, like Arabian or something, or whatever. You know, something that focuses on just women's eyes. I don't know. I don't know what they would do with her. It's WWE. Who knows what kind of character they'll give her. It'd be cool if she was still face. And I think it would be nice if they debuted her on SmackDown to fight Lay Cool. She would get a huge pop. I think she'd be a good face doing that. Maybe she could have a manager to do the talking for her, because I don't think Kong ever gave a decent promo saying why she's there to destroy Lay Cool. You know, instead of having Lay Cool just break up because of, couple issues, and going to see a counselor, they could just get destroyed by Kong, and maybe one would be put on the shelf, so to speak, and then when they come back, have a feud to separate. Who knows? But time will tell. But I just want to say, debut her already. Maybe they just want people to forget about her a little bit, so they don't say, "Oh, that was the chick from TNA." But how can you forget some of the size and stature of Awesome Kong? Another thing on my mind was WWE pay-per-views. I was reading some stuff online today, and I see for the June 19th pay-per-view in Washington, it's no longer going to be the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view. It's going to be known as Capital Punishment. So that's an interesting note, only because does Capital Punishment only work because they're going to be in Washington this year? Are they going to change it again next year? Because Fatal 4-Way was just last year's event only. And for being in the PG era, calling something, especially a pay-per-view or something, Capital Punishment, it's not too PG. WWE, don't you know what Capital Punishment means? It's a death penalty or execution. Inflicting on one person's death. Being brought down by the courts to summon capital punishment. You're going to die. Is that what you want to be known as? In your PG era, you're going to be killing people, or beheading people, or putting them in the electric chair. I guess it's just a name, but come on. I don't think the pay-per-view should be called Fluffy Bunnies, but if you're in the PG era, fucking think about it. You want to be calling things Capital Punishment. Fatal 4-Way was alright. It was a concept anyways. But that got me thinking about pay-per-views again, and I think I mentioned this way back when I first started on YouTube here a couple months ago, but I think They should keep the brands separate. Stop having people cross over as much as they do. And they should go back to SmackDown, SmackDown and Raw pay-per-views, except for the major four, being Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SmackDown, or SummerSlam, and WrestleMania. The rest should be either Raw, SmackDown, or a Raw pay-per-view or a SmackDown pay-per-view. I like that idea because that gives them longer to build up storylines. Anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks to build up decent storylines, opposed to 3 to 4 weeks. I think more people would be showcased on pay-per-views as well, instead of just 2 heavyweight title matches, and then whatever else they decide to throw in there. More mid-cards would get their shot to be on pay-per-view. I really only see... I know it didn't work well before. The buy rates weren't there, because they did do this before. And the buy rates weren't there, but it's up to them to do things properly. On SmackDown, I've enjoyed SmackDown lately a lot more than Raw, because the storylines are building a lot slower over there, and they mean something. With Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, Del Rio, Edge, now Christian, Big Show, Ezekiel Jackson, that's another slow one. So there's 3 matches already. You throw in some other guys like Wade Barrett and Kane that could have a good feud. Kofi and Drew or whatever. I know that's been done, but whatever. I'm just thinking. The core. You got the tag team titles. They can be there. So that's another match. So I think it can be done, and it would be done right if they just pushed into the storylines. Gave them that much time to build. But that's just me. Like I said, I was just thinking today, and that's why I'm here. And I got one more thing I was thinking about today. And with The Rock being back, so to speak, with the WWE, why not book him to be in a film? Book him to be in a WWE film, and give your guys some more exposure that way. Because all your films up to now have sucked. Now, I agree some of the storylines or stories in your movies have been okay. Like, I didn't mind 12 Rounds. I didn't mind The Condemned. See No Evil was, I didn't mind. They were your better ones, I think. But your acting sucks. Triple H and the Chaperone, too much like his Raw character, which is just, I don't know, not even acting. It's just trying to be funny. Big Show overdid his role, I believe, in Knucklehead. Cena just can't act. The Marine sucked. Okay. Teddy DiBiase sucked in the Marine too. 12 Rounds, I love the story. Like I said, the movie could have been better had it not been Cena and maybe somebody else that could act. You guys got to remember your co-actors or your, whatever they're called, co-stars. Not co-stars. The ones that aren't in the leading role, the supporting role. You guys need better supporting role actors. To definitely make up for your non-capability acting people like John Cena. Kane, the movie had a great concept, sucked. The Condemned, I would think, would probably be the best movie, and the acting was okay, because Stone Cold can act easily. You didn't have a bad cast either, supporting cast. But anyways, back on track with The Rock being a good actor and proving that he can be a great actor. I think if you signed him to a WWE film and gave him a decent supporting cast, that would be one you'd want to put in theaters, not just select theaters. And you guys could make some money off it. And, cash in more than once with The Rock. Maybe even have him coast, I don't know. But I think that'd be a good move for the film division if you want to get away from wrestling. And in the films, have The Rock definitely be a major star in one of your films. Now I think I'm just rambling on, but those are the three things. Awesome Kong. When the fuck is she gonna debut? Pay-per-views. Stop naming them things that are out of the PG era. And maybe go SmackDown Raw again, try it out. You know? And The Rock, put him in a movie. I think it'd be a good thing. But anyways, folks, that's just my three thoughts for today. You have fun with that. Talk amongst yourselves. Leave me some good feedback. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Remember to not tell me, but tell all your friends about me and the channel and the IWWS group that I'm involved with. You know, like I said, a lot of good shooters over there. Recruited a couple new guys. Jay Bateman 121, Austin Fan 79. Effia Ashley's back on YouTube. I don't know where she was. I hadn't had a chance to talk to her, but she's back with her 5 top theme songs. So just check that channel out. THEIWWS. That's right, the IWWS. And, make sure to subscribe and check everybody else out that's in the group. So until next time, I'm Big Mike for Wrestling Rants and Reviews.